Right now, some pretty cool stuff going on at the walking bridge and all over downtown. Let's go over to Danny Kennedy. He has got more on that. Danny.
Yeah, thanks, David. Some really cool stuff. In fact, you know, in March 2010, a flash mob broke out in Coolidge Park. 5 people were shot. In March 2011, a similar incident of violence when a crowd of nearly 300 people swarmed the park. Fights again, and a handgun was found. And just last month, there were reports of shots fired on the Walnut Street Bridge. It seems something needed to be done to prevent crime on the North Shore. And now something is being done, and the city is responding with an unconventional crime-fighting technique.
If you've been to Coolidge Park recently, you may have noticed these new lights. Following recent incidents of violence in the park, the city decided to install state-of-the-art induction lighting through local company Global Green Lighting.
And we proposed to them our technology to help them solve the problems that they had in Coolidge Park with the lighting and the control of it.
These lights are so bright and powerful, they work as a preventative crime measure. Larry Zinder of the City Parks and Recreation welcomes the new lights with open arms.
Well, in many ways, it helps to identify those who are out there. If you have low light levels, you can't always distinguish the individual or what he's wearing. But with higher light levels, you can identify the people a whole lot quicker.
Now, these lights are programmed to turn on 1 hour before dusk, operating at 50% power. After the 11 p.m. closing, they'll be turned to 100% illumination. 5 minutes before closing, the lights will be turned to flash, indicating it's time to leave.
The general atmosphere down there will be improved because you'll have a greater visibility as such, I think, but generally I think the aesthetics of the park will be enhanced.
Now, unlike these old lights, the new ones are actually controlled by a radio frequency, and they can be adjusted from anywhere with internet access.
They wanted to be able to control the lights and be able to dim them down and operate them at lower energy cost, but they wanted to bring them up on an instant, you know, if they needed them. The rangers here in the park can control just the park lights. We'll also be working with the city dispatchers. They'll have access to the entire city. They can follow a patrol car with their GPS that's already in the car, and they can actually bring the lights up to be brighter in the areas that they need them at.
Aside from the safety issue, these lights are environmentally friendly, reducing energy by up to 70%. They also have a projected lifespan of 15 years.
The bulbs last longer, the system is more efficient, and we find ourselves probably reducing the amount of maintenance that would be required also. So
it has less mercury inside these induction lights as you would a fluorescent light bulb.
And it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper. It's at least 1/3 cheaper than an LED light.
One park ranger told me off camera the real need for lighting is at Renaissance Park. Will the lights be installed there too?
Absolutely, yeah. I think if we can just prove this out and make it work, it meets all the requirements, I think that there's consideration to expand it into other areas.
If we achieve the level of energy consumption reductions that we're looking for, you can probably count on it that it would be implemented throughout the park system.
Now, the city has already expanded this initiative to Brighton, Chattanooga. In fact, Global Green Lighting is almost done installing these lights on Fraser Avenue. And next week, they begin work to illuminate the Walnut Street Bridge. Now, to learn more about induction light technology, just log on to our website at wrcbtv.com. Well, you learned about ways the city's saving money. How about yourself? How to save money on air conditioning coming up next.